Okay, some notes on notes. And in this particular case, I'm using Darkest Before the Dawn as my little teaching song. What notes should people play? Particularly, this question was asked for guitar. Guitar is going to basically, when we go into like harmonies between the strings, guitar tends to play the third, but like up an octave. So, for example, you'll see this throughout different songs. Okay, so that's pretty much normal. That's like 1, 5. But the way I tend to play it when I'm playing by myself is I add a 3. I do a 3 instead of the 5. Then when I was thinking about having the whole band, I was like, well, why can't we just do all of that? So we have I had one guitar, and then I had a second guitar, and there's your third. But brought up an octave, and I'm doing octaves with those. But now with the ultimate band setup, you really have an opportunity to lay it out like this. Your bass is gonna hit the root note. Your heavy guitar, bass played as guitar, is going to play the root note. Your lead guitar is going to play the third up an octave, and your violin is going to play the fifth. And that way you can kind of get what I think to be a pretty combination of notes, especially when they're able to be clear because each person has their own lane. And by the way, all of that will come in time. So don't worry if it's tricky now. If all you did was just play the root note or play whatever note you hear and makes sense, that's fine. For right now, as long as you're just, in the party, it's all good. But ultimately, then we, work and perfect those things. I think it's going to really make, a very unique sound. And I will give you an example of that. If we were to play, so I'm going to spice that up a little bit. So we have there's your 1, here's your 5th, and then your 3rd. That would be. But if I were to play all those together, there's a way to do it. But when I play on just one guitar, it doesn't really sound super clear, and it's best to play with multiple people. But that chord would be 1, 5. There's your 3. Right? And that'll be really cool when each person plays their own note. And if you're playing that like distortion, it won't sound super clear, but you'll kind of get an idea of it. Once again. So that can be pretty intense. Also, the second half of that particular verse riff, you have another guitar part. But that's the main guitar that does that part. But then you would have like your heavy guitar and bass down here. The bass may do some noodling in there as well. But and then you have violin. There you go. There's the clear. I started to play it when I start separating it out. But your heavy guitar. it feels simple, which is what it should be. I hope that's not becomes boring, because it's really about the connection between all the instruments, and then it's also the connection between the players and the characters. So, that all comes together when every person has their purpose, and I want them to hear that in the music. I want them to see that on stage, and then and also in content that you do online for promotion. So, I'm playing that. In that second half, to do the other guitar part, I can't possibly do all of that at once. But that's the general idea. So you have your bass guitar on the one, your heavy guitar on the one, your lead guitar on the third octave up, and then your violin on the fifth. So when you start hearing harmony parts, you can kind of use that as a cheat sheet, and then just go on from there. Awesome.